Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Attila Pinky, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that there is a major upgrade on Bitcoin, which was just activated on the weekend, called the Taproot. So what is it about? How it can affect the price? What is it actually doing? So let's talk about it. The second news is all about that the SEC has rejected the VanEck spot market Bitcoin ETF. So it didn't happen. And the third news is all about that Goldman Sachs is saying that gold is becoming poor man's crypto. How interesting is that? Guys, all this in today's video. And if you would like to get the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news, then simply subscribe to this YouTube channel, Blockchain Bloom, because I'm bringing them for you every weekday. Check out the links under this video because there are many useful ones. For instance, if you would like to register to a centralized exchange and then you would like to get a discount on trading fee, you can do it with these links. And also there's a free course, how to start investing in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies with many useful information. And now when we're looking at the market, we can see that Bitcoin is at the present at 60, well, let's zoom in a little bit. Yes, much better, maybe too much. Okay, 65,528 US dollar, which is a bit up, 1.2%. Ethereum, 4,674, 1.5% up, slightly going up. We still see a nice gains here. We see Wax going up 40%, Crypto.com going up 24% in the last 24 hours, and Throne actually 12% up. When we're looking at the losers, we see Loopring down 7%, Cadena going down 6%, and Airwave going down 4% when we're looking at the top three. Let's check out real quick the Bitcoin candlestick chart, and there we can see that here you see this level. So basically, we broke this little trend line, as you can see, which actually has just started in for a couple of days. So this is like a short period of time, and we might can see here a reverse head and shoulders. If you're looking at this, as this is the head here, and this is the shoulder, and here's the neckline. Also, it could call it the neckline, not just the trend line. And yeah, we broke out here. And we can see that we're going up. We have reached today already 66,000 Bitcoin. And yes, well, will it happen? What Plan B is saying that 98,000 for Bitcoin this month, as we have 2 weeks to go till the end of November. We will see. But we went up a lot, for instance, in October and in the whole month. If we would do the same in November, we could do it. We could reach it from the point where we are right now. Next level pretty much would be important, the 67, and then we will see how the whole thing will continue. But things looking actually good, so it doesn't look like really bearish. If you're looking at here the long one, look here, since we're going up, whoops, put it this way. Since we're going up here, when we broke it, this October here, and this is again October. So all the way, we have higher highs, higher lows. So far so good. And we do know that in the last quarter of the year, after the year of halving, which was back in 2013 and 2017, the same situation happening now in 2021. Bitcoin, it's very bullish in the last quarter. So far so good. Look at this one. I just found on the internet, on Twitter, that is still unreal to pay with Bitcoin at McDonald's, and he's showing it how he actually doing it, paying for whatever meal he's buying in McDonald's. Kind of waste of money paying your buying fast food with your Bitcoins, but it is possible. And this is the most important for Bitcoin to getting more and more mainstream. Okay, and now let's move on to the first news, which is all about the Taproot, which is a major upgrade for Bitcoin. Well, we haven't seen big upgrade for Bitcoin for 4 years. The last time was back in 2017, and now we have here a major one, and this is called the Taproot. And this one was actually activated at the block at 9,632. It happened on Sunday, so basically yesterday. So Taproot will introduce what's called the Schnorr signatures, which will help Bitcoin transaction become more private, efficient, and less expensive. So these are all the things what Taproot is doing, and there is more. Most importantly, the upgrade will be better enable Bitcoin to execute smart contracts on the blockchain. You know, smart contracts, what you can see on Ethereum and many other networks. Bitcoin would be actually doing some with this upgrade. And well, there was here an interview with Katarina Dowling, the General Counsel and Chief Compliance Officer at the Bitwise Asset Management with the CNBC. So she was saying here a couple of things. The most important change from Taproot is the potential for smart contracts. Schnorr signatures can be leveraged to let Bitcoin users execute more complex smart contracts than Bitcoin can currently accomplish today. That is big because one of the key difference between Bitcoin and newer blockchains like Ethereum is their suitability for smart contracts. But why Bitcoin likely won't ever be as flexible as Ethereum from a smart contract standpoint, with Taproot, the gap will now narrow. So guys, don't expect Bitcoin to do it like the things what's happening with Ethereum. No, it has nothing to do with this. Bitcoin is moving much slower. It's not easy. You know, here also the Taproot, the reason why it was possible to happen, because 90% of the miners joined and they said, okay, let's do it. So many times, you know, there's a big difficulty to make any changes on the Bitcoin network, and this is for safety reasons because the 90% of the miners should agree. So the Taproot upgrade aims to increase privacy for certain transactions. So when you look at the privacy point, also goes for cheaper transactions. Schnorr signatures would also reduce the amount of data needed for multi-signature transactions, which are more complicated to process than standard ones. With less data involved, transactions will become more energy and time efficient. As a result, transaction will be cheaper to process, leading to lower cost of transaction fees. So this is also kind of welcome. So many things happening with this Taproot. It went actually live in the way that it happened, as you can see here on the block, on that block, yesterday on the Sunday. So Bitcoin also again made a step forward with these smart contracts. Please don't expect that Bitcoin will just do the same like Ethereum or something. No, it has nothing to do with that, but it's a step further and in the good direction for Bitcoin. Well, how it will affect Bitcoin price? It's definitely, well, it's good that it happened, and it's an improvement, but this is not the one which will then skyrocket Bitcoin. We do need other news for that. But it's important that there is also development happening on the Bitcoin network as well. Right. Next thing I would like to talk about is the SEC rejects VanEck spot market Bitcoin ETF. So we do know that since October, the SEC basically welcomes Bitcoin future ETFs. And we have seen, you know, the ProShare one became a huge success. And then there were others approved since that, but we're still waiting for the spot one. And we had the deadline. It was the 14th of November. And, well, we were waiting that, is it now? Is it now when it can happen? The chances were pretty likely that it will not happen. It's too early. And yes, the SEC has rejected that one. So to date, the Commission has only allowed Bitcoin ETFs linked to futures contracts that bet on the future price of Bitcoin and which are regulated by the CFTC to move forward. So this is right now the present situation. And of course, there are many applications for both, for future Bitcoin ETF and for spot Bitcoin ETF. And sooner or later, the one for the spot will come. Well, many people say that it will not happen this year. It can be rather next year, 2022. But the possibility is definitely there. And that ETF would be the one, the real catalyst for Bitcoin, all what we're waiting for, because actually that could really move Bitcoin price. As you know, you can see the success of this kind of garbage from the crypto point of view. What's happening, the success with the Bitcoin future ETF. So guess what? If the spot ETF will be allowed, then this could be a major catalyst for Bitcoin. So it's coming. It's coming when we will see. We have waited for even for this one quite long, and it helped to reach Bitcoin new all-time high back in October, right? So, well, that one will come as well. I think we just have to be patient, but there is a big need for it. Okay, and the next thing I would like to talk about, interesting statement from Goldman Sachs saying gold is more becoming poor man's crypto. So what is that about? It's very interesting how the banks reacting to Bitcoin over the years, because we just have to go back a couple of years when they were really against it. And now they actually would like to participate and making statements just like this one. Goldman Sachs is saying gold is becoming poor man's crypto. So Goldman Sachs, head of energy research, says, just like we argue that silver is poor man's gold, gold is maybe becoming a poor man's crypto. He sees funds starting to flow from gold into Bitcoin as inflation fears escalate. So this is his name, Damian Curvline. He's the head of energy research at Goldman Sachs. So he's also saying that at this point, there may be enough wealth to allocate to both, especially, I think, as the inflation signal is starting to be more pressing. Yes, the inflation is definitely kicking off, what we can see right now. The value of crypto, it's network. Just like the value of oil is the fact that it is consumed. Gold, like diamonds and art, doesn't have that. It's just a pure defensive asset that can outperform over a significant period of time. So basically, we can and we cannot really compare the two, Bitcoin and gold, because just, you know, the values behind it. The Bitcoin has its value, which is also the scarcity, that there is limited in 21 million. And yes, gold is also limited, but we do know actually the exact number. In Bitcoin, we do know. And also we have there the network behind Bitcoin. And yes, with gold, it's a different kind of case. But not just him, other people. Paul Tudor Jones saying that clearly there is a place for crypto. Clearly, it's winning the race against gold at the moment. It would be my preferred one over gold at the moment. He emphasized that crypto is here to stay. But then we have JP Morgan saying institutional investors appear to be returning to Bitcoin, perhaps seeing it's a better inflation hedge than gold. The firm also doubled down on its long-term Bitcoin price prediction, which is 146K for Bitcoin as an alternative to gold. So, meanwhile, some people like both gold and Bitcoin. Rich Dad and Poor Dad's author, there is Robert Kiyosaki, for example, has been recommending both Bitcoin and gold. In his latest prediction, he warned of a giant market crash followed by a new depression. His recommendation, be smart, buy gold, silver, and Bitcoin. So, well, definitely none of them is emphasizing that buy what's that? Dollar. So buy fiat money, because the inflation is it's just getting bigger and bigger, and it's unstoppable right now. So everybody is saying that go in some kind of other direction. And yes, gold was the one until now, but recently, Bitcoin is definitely outperforming it. And now we have reached the stage that Bitcoin looks for many institutional investors, many hedge funds, banks, a kind of also safe one. It wasn't that situation years ago. Now this is changing. And as soon as they think about it as a kind of safe haven, let's go this way, to protect their wealth, the value of their wealth, then yes, more and more people will join. And if others do, it will just increase the market cap of crypto, of Bitcoin, and this will lead for a more mainstream adoption of crypto. So yeah, so far so good. Guys, if you like this kind of content, smash the like button and also subscribe to this YouTube channel to get the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news. I wish you an amazing day. I'm back tomorrow with the freshest. Have a good one. Bye-bye.